About a month ago, I was spinning through 40 meters at night, and I heard the always strong signal of W1AW on 7047.5, and I stopped for a second because I heard an unusual word being sent that didn't make sense to me. And as I paused, I heard another unusual word. I really scratched my head, puzzled. I couldn't figure out what they were sending, and then it dawned on me that this was probably the qualifying run, the Code Proficiency Certificate Qualifying Run, which is a program they have, if you're not familiar with it, in which several times a month they send text that is from an unusual source, and then amateurs and non-amateurs alike are encouraged to copy it and send it into the league for grading. And if you get 60 seconds of perfect copy, you can get a fancy certificate that you can use to impress your friends and neighbors and club members. So the text is often taken from some strange sources. I think a couple nights ago it came from a book that was about 100 years old, had some unusual vocabulary in it. The grammatical structure of the sentences was a little bit stilted and awkward. It wasn't, like contemporary literature. A couple weeks before that, it was a book, some sort of a historical book about the history of French politics at the end of the 1800s and the effect of the Dreyfus Affair on the factionalization of the French political parties. So it's stuff that you're not going to be prepared to copy. It's not ham vocabulary whatsoever. And even though I can copy ham vocabulary stuff, QSO level stuff in a rag chew up to 40 or 45, even 50 words a minute sometimes. And even though I can copy that kind of stuff from a computer program up to 60 even sometimes, I don't do very well on just plain text copy with a ton of punctuation in it. It really is quite a challenge. So I decided I'd give it a try, and I tuned into the next qualifying run challenge. I felt pretty confident, and I failed abysmally, and I realized it was much harder than it looked. So I decided to start practicing, but I couldn't find a good method for practicing. This program you're seeing in the background is something I came up with to kind of simulate or emulate a qualifying run. So as I said, the text comes from some strange sources. So to simulate that, what I did is I went to Project Gutenberg, and I got 6 or 7 vintage books, Treasure Island, Tom Sawyer, Pride and Prejudice, Frankenstein, Alice in Wonderland, Sherlock Holmes, stuff like that. And then this program will take 3 minutes worth of text at whatever speed you select, strip out most of the punctuation. It'll only keep in the stuff that they would send in the qualifying run, at least as far as what I've heard, period, comma, and question mark, and then all the letters and numbers, and send it to you. You copy it, and then at the end of your copy, when the 3 minutes are up, it'll let you know, and then you hit submit. It'll show you what it sent, and then it will give you a comparison at the bottom, as well as tell you the greatest amount of time in which you had perfect copy, like whether or not you had 60 seconds, give you an idea of whether or not you would have passed. So the background in this one is a failed attempt. I think I got like 54 seconds on this one. But then after I finish talking here in just a second, I'll play another video for you in which you can see a successful attempt, albeit at 20 words a minute. Nothing to write home about, but at least I got 60 seconds. So stand by, and I'll switch to the other video here, and I'll talk my way through that one. You'll kind of hear my thought process. So I got over 60 seconds correct on this attempt here, which means that hypothetically, if I mailed this in with my $10 or whatever it cost to the league, they would send me a certificate if they agreed with me, and I would be able to go around and show it off to everybody. So you'll see here how it works. You'll hear the audio in the background too. It sends VVV just as a placeholder. That's your like wake up, pay attention signal, and then it starts sending. You start copying. And one of the things I discovered in this process of practicing for this is that my typing is probably my single biggest obstacle. I cannot type accurately enough, fast enough. I make a lot of mistakes, and that distracts me because I feel the natural inclination to go backwards and fix my mistakes, but then I get behind. I normally can copy 1 word behind, but I don't think I can copy 2 or 3 words behind. So if it's a long word like companions or followed or fishing tackle or something, and I make a mistake and I'm trying to backspace and hit tab and erase things and change letters, the next thing you know, I've missed a whole word, and then I've got to hit type in a placeholder word and then skip past it, and you've only got 60 seconds out of 5 minutes, and if you get enough of those mistakes in there that are interspersed in the 5 minutes. Well, you interrupt your 60-second segments, and you're not gonna get it. So that's something I'm gonna have to work on. If I could just dictate this, if I could listen to it and then just speak into a recorder what I heard, I think I could easily do it like that. But the translation, the transcription is proving to be the difficult part for me. But not making excuses. I'm gonna do this one way or the other, at least at 20 or 25 words a minute. I don't know that if I'll ever be able to get up to 35, not without a lot of practice. But I'll keep trying. So we're about halfway through here. And you see that I'm going pretty good. There's a typo right there. He somethinged his foot. And I think it said stabbed or stubbed or can't remember what it was. And then fell at his, and you see I put the letter L. That's a placeholder. It started with L, and I didn't know what it was, or I missed it, or I got distracted. He fell at his length on the ground. He fell at his side on the ground. He fell at his something on the ground. And one of the problems is by the time you get to the end of the 3 minutes, you may have forgotten what the word was. But I'm hoping that by the time the 3 minutes is done, I've still got enough solid copy in here to make up 60 seconds. But we shall see here in just a minute. I think there's probably only less than one line left in this. "20 words a minute," if you listen to it, if you're copying 20 words a minute, doesn't sound that slow. But if you're watching it print out on the screen like a teleprinter, you realize just how slow it is. And I had a conversation with somebody online recently where we were talking about the speed of Morse code relative to the speed of human speech. And the average person talks at about 140 to 150 words a minute. There you go. I'm editing words. He stubbed his foot on the ground. I must have thought that's what it said, and fell at his, what do I say here? Question mark? Okay, I didn't know what it was. That's why I typed question. Side. I don't think it was side. I don't know why I typed that. Okay, so I hit submit right here. I'm going to hit pause. First off, you see it says longest correct sequence underneath the thing. Longest correct sequence 65.34. That's in seconds. Now this up here, the upper section, that is the correct text sent by the program. The middle section is what I typed in, and then this is a comparator. The green is my correct text. The red is the mistakes I made. So I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mistakes. 6 words incorrect. Otherwise, I got the rest of it correct. I got 87.5% and 60. That found a 65-second segment in the middle of it. So ARRL qualifying runs on W1AW. An 8-minute long video talking about that. I hope you found it interesting, and feel free to leave a comment or ask about the program. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.